Good morning, students. Myself R.V.R. Babu. I'm working as assistant professor in information technology. So I'm having 11 years of experience. And second time I am teaching this course. Our course is database management systems. Our course is database management systems. And you are under the program information technology. Program is information technology. That means you are all in the information technology department, and your year end semester is third year first semester, and this course is having 3 credits. This course is having three credits. Yes, so let's move deep into your course. Okay, the importance of this course is if you look at any company nowadays, if you look at any company, bank, university like Amazon, Google, important thing is data. Okay, important thing is data. What is important? How to organize this data, like how to save your data, how to retrieve your data, and how to access your data. That is very, very, very important. And also, to work with this data, to access this data, to retrieve this data, we need to learn DBMS course. So the fundamental need of DBMS is DBMS generates idea about how to organize data. What DBMS does is that DBMS generates idea. DBMS generates idea. What kind of idea? Technical idea. DBMS generates technical idea to work with data. This is the basic importance of this DBMS course. And another importance of this course is that, we have learned, so far we have learned several programming languages like C, Python, Java, and Ruby. We have several programming languages like this. This DBMS course or this DBMS language can embed with any kind of programming language. It will work with any kind of programming language to retrieve or to work with the data. I am repeating this again. Why this course is famous? This course is famous because of this course, this DBMS concept embedded with any programming language. This is the basic thing. Now, that's what I told. DBMS will embed with any programming language. And another point is that if you go for the placement, there will be definitely questions from this DBMS course. Okay, because if you want to work with C, to interact with the database, you need to learn this course. If you want to work with Python, to interact with the database, you need to learn this course. If you are working with Ruby or Java, using this DBMS only, you are going to interact with the database. Is it clear? Right? So I am repeating this again. For any company, data is important. To store the data inside database, to access that data, you need to learn the technical concept DBMS, database management systems. Okay, and this DBMS generates idea regarding to entire work with data. Okay, it can have several operations like access, store, delete, all that things, and it can work embed with any programming language. If you go for interviews, there will be definitely questions from this course. Okay, right. Now next. So what are the outcomes of this database management systems? What are the outcomes of this course? Okay, so let me revise unit wise. Let me give what unit 1 contains, what unit 2 contains, what unit 3 contains. So first one is unit 1, you are going to learn what is database, why database is needed, what is data independence. Okay, so you are going to learn what is database, Okay, like of course database is collection of organized data. Database is collection of records. Database is collection of tables. All these things you will learn. Okay, and data independence. Data independence is that one row is independent of another row. One table is independent of another table. That you will see all these things you will see. Now architecture. This is very important sense. Very important sense. So this mainly your database is this your database management system. See, I can call like database or database management system. Nothing wrong in it. Both are synonyms like you can treat. Nothing wrong. Of course there is a difference, but no need to worry that much. So 3 levels of architecture. This 3-level architecture is very important. 3-level architecture is very important. Okay, in unit 1 you are going to learn what is database, why it is needed, and architecture, 3-level architecture you are supposed to learn. Next, in unit 2, if you want to design a database, yes, if you want to design a database, definitely there should be a model. Okay, definitely there should be a model. So in case of database management system, you are supposed to learn entity relationship model. Yeah. Suppose you are designing a database. Generally in database, if you call every column like an entity. Okay, so for that entity there will be a relationship between entities. Suppose I have a table like students. 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 In the students you are having name, roll number, age. Okay, so what happens here is that you have sometimes you have the relationship between this and this. Yeah, definitely there will be a relation. That all we will see. Okay, so entity relationship model, and to design this definitely you are supposed to study about mathematics. Okay, so you are supposed to have knowledge regarding the relational calculus, especially you need the help of algebra also. Okay, so this is what you are going to learn in unit 2. Unit 2, to design a database, you should learn entity relationship model. You are also supposed to learn, you are also supposed to have the knowledge about relational calculus as well as relational algebra. Right now, in unit 3, this is very important thing. This is core. This is core part of Dbms. Core part of Dbms. In unit 3, suppose you look at this diagram. Okay, you look at this diagram. Yes, suppose this is he is user. Suppose he is user. He wants to interact with. Suppose assume like this is any database. Yeah. Yes. Right. So this is user. He is user. User is interacting with database. Listen this carefully. User is interacting with the database. We need a database management system. User is interacting with the database. We need a database management system. Point is, suppose I ordered 10 kgs of tomatoes. This 10 kgs of using Amazon. Suppose I ordered 10 kgs of tomatoes using Amazon. This 10 kgs of tomatoes is an input to database management system. That 10 kgs of tomatoes will go and place an order inside database. Now the point is, it will not happen automatically. You need to have a language to communicate among all these things. That is nothing but a structured query language. Yeah, okay. For communication, you need to study a programming language called a structured query language. Okay, and not only that, in this structured query language, you are also having some set of rules. Yeah, you should follow some set of rules that is called as constraints. And you are also having another kind of rules, that is triggers. Okay? Yeah. So, before going to the next slide, let us quickly summarize. A 3-level architecture of database management is very important, and you need to have definitely knowledge about entity relationship model. This is very fundamental. Without a model design, without having the knowledge of model design, you are not able to design a database. Okay. For that you should have the knowledge about mathematics, calculus and algebra, and also if you want to provide a communication between database and database management system, there should be a programming language called a structured query language. Okay, right, next. Yeah. Next, and as I told you the importance of this course, when you go for the interviews, you are having more questions from this normalization placement point of view. This is very important. Placement point of view, this is very important. Of course, you can have the question, what is the importance of this normalization, right? Suppose, what is the importance of this normalization is that, suppose you are having a table. Suppose you are having a table. Knowingly or unknowingly, what happens is that, knowingly or unknowingly, you can have the rows, like suppose he is Ravi, again Ravi. Suppose your age is 20 years. If you look at this, same copy of data exists 2 times. See, we can place the order 2 times. Sometimes it can happen. Okay. So, see, this is called duplicate of the data. This is called duplicate data. This is called duplicate data. So, the important challenge in database management systems course is that how to eliminate duplicate data. If you have duplicate data, what happens? Redundancy occurs. Okay, yes, if you have duplicate data, redundancy occurs. So, to eliminate that redundancy in the sense repetition of data. Okay, we don't need that. One record is enough for Ravi. Okay, so what to do to eliminate that redundancy? There are several techniques to eliminate the redundancy. That is generally called as normalization. Okay, in that you are having types like first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, and Boy's code normal form. Okay, one normal form, generally second normal form is having the advantage compared to the first. Like that it will move. Okay, no need to worry. We will learn everything clearly in Unit 4. This comes under Unit 4. Now, next look at this. This is also very important thing. This is also very important thing. This transaction management. Now it plays a vital role. Where you can see this transaction management is, you can see this transaction management mainly in. You can see this transaction management mainly in banks. Okay, what happens in banks is that, what happens in banks generally? What is the big problem in the bank? What is the big problem? In a single unit of clock cycle, several customers will access the bank website or bank database. In a single unit of clock cycle, several customers will access the bank database. So, how database management system solves this problem? This is the challenging task. Okay, in order to solve the problem, it uses the concept called as commit, rollback and save point. Commit, rollback and save point. Okay, so in banks we are having the major problem called as concurrency. What is concurrency? In a single unit of clock cycle, several customers are trying to access the database or trying to perform several transactions. Okay, yeah. So this is, yes, as I told you, you should have the control over your transactions. Okay, so how DBMS does this? DBMS does all these things using commit, rollback and save point. Right, next. This is Unit 5. Now, what happens in Unit 6 is that, in Unit 6, what happens is that Unit 6 is mainly focusing on this, database. So far we discussed the technical, all this above Unit 5, Unit 4, Unit 3, yes, Unit 2, all this discusses this DBMS, all this discusses this DBMS, all this discusses the DBMS. Now this is database. This is database. Now yes, let's try to talk about this database. How this database is regarding how to organize. This is actually a physical thing. This is actually a physical thing. Okay, this is a how this means your data exists physically in a hard disk. Assume like that. For any company, your data physically exists somewhere. Let us assume that is hard disk. Okay, when you are storing data in your hard disk or any big storage, you need to follow some techniques. Okay, that is called as primary indexing, secondary indexing, and hash based indexing. Hash based indexing. Okay, so I am repeating, when you are storing your data in hard disk also, if you follow the some logical techniques, it helps you to organize your data efficiently. Okay, right. So what we discussed, outcomes of this course is 3-level architecture, entity relationship model, structured query language, and next one is normalization, and next one is concurrency control, transaction management, and next one is storages and indexing. Now let's try to summarize what we discussed in today's class. Is summary. Summary. What we studied, we discussed about yes. Okay. We discussed about importance of this course. Okay, we already know that it is very, very important in for any company, organization. What is important? Data is important. Okay. Okay. So to organize data, we need to study DBMS. Okay, DBMS generates idea regarding this. Okay, and also yes, it can embed with any programming language. Okay, like C, Python, comma Ruby, comma Java. And next one is, this is also very much important, as if it is embedded with any programming language. So this is the definite course you are supposed to study in terms of placements. Okay, I'll stop here. I will continue in the next class. Thank you.